You know, cryptocurrency can help you learn about finance, math, money, game theory, economics, philosophy, theology, psychology, sociology, and then now content creation. You know, what I'm doing here is I've kind of progressed and I've gone along and I've got my little routine now and I got everything dialed in kind of the way I want it for now. I mean, obviously I would love to grow the show more to where it's like super pro daddy style with my own studio and production crew and all that. But for now, it's suiting its purpose and it's doing what it needs to do. It is me communicating what I am learning to you and then also to my future self to be able to go back and reflect on. And that's all it needs to do, you know. And the huge amount of terrible self-talk that I go through every single day as I think about this stuff and think about what to talk through next it's amazing, you know, that I get up the next morning and I continue to do a show, and I'm on show 185 now, and it's just like, you know, it's consistency, you know. And there is no such thing as bad content. I mean, I get it, there's some pretty terrible content, but just by virtue of existence, something has value, you know. It is a perspective, and even though it might be terrible to somebody, that could be valuable data, you know, even the most terrible experiences. And that's what I tried to convey with the Fetch AI videos, in which there's all these little nodes everywhere, and you're basically paid for your data, you know, via the Fetch token. And that's exactly the same kind of concept. You have an experience. You are an individual in this world, and you have value by virtue of the fact that you are building up data through your experiences, and that data is worth something to somebody. And yeah, no matter how much you don't think it is. And so anyway, this podcast is starting, and just, you know, it's just content. You just make a bunch of content and keep going until, you know, you just have 185 episodes, and then later on you can sift through and find the highlights and things that you think are bad and good or whatever, and just mess with it. But, you know, for the time being, just be consistent in something, and then you'll eventually get good at it. And you know, you might not ever be great at it. You know, that's the difference between like pure talent that goes to pro level status and somebody. But you don't have to be great at everything. And that's one thing. And you know, I'm 45 years old. I've had to learn to accept I don't have to be the best at something in order to enjoy it. You know, so yeah, just do it. That's the only thing I like about Nike is their the motto, just do it. Just do it. Shut up and do it. You know. You know, people say in the skateboard ramps, in the skateboard world, where I'm heavily influenced by and involved in, even to this day, just shut up and skate. You know, there's always those guys on the ramp platforms that's got to chatter and chitter and, you know, start drama and talk about so and their style and their skate. No, just shut up and skate. Just do it. You know. Anyway, what's up, Italo Roll? Thanks for jumping on. So yes, let me take a bite of my apple while I cool down from got a little bit of rant I went on. Yeah, it's 5:47 in the morning. Why am I getting all excited like this? But I am. It's Friday, you know. I mean, it's not payday for me. I get paid bi-weekly. It's like one of those things where I get paid bi-weekly. I take care of my bills, and then I spend that next week before I get paid on that second week, kind of huff and win, hoping to make it through, you know, with gas money and lunch and all that stuff. Yes, I'm crypto rich, right? That means I don't have crap to spend on my day-to-day life. Oh man. Okay, so let's look at the prices. Bitcoin, $33,865.80. Ethereum, $1,906.40. And we have Tether. So do we still have 3 stable coins in the top 10? So Tether, USDC, and Binance USD, we still do. Again, not sure what this means. It just means a lot of other projects are trying to develop and build things. It means a lot of people have their heads down during this little market downturn, coding and developing and figuring things out, strategizing, and figuring out where to go next. These downturns are beautiful. And hopefully it lasts until Friday, this next Friday, to where I get my paycheck. I can buy some more. So yeah, I have allocated some things around, and I've sold some of these non-performing coins that I've just kind of had for a while. And I've streamlined them, and yeah, whatever. Let's see here. Cardano $1.34. I'm on the fence about Cardano, honestly. Dogecoin 25 cents, down to 25 cents. XRP 63 cents. Polkadot 1537. Uniswap 1705. Bitcoin Cash 469.11. Litecoin 130.71. Solana $30.55. And Chainlink and Solana right neck and neck. 18.17 for Chainlink, 30.55 for Solana. Both are amazing buys right now if you're interested in either of those tokens, which I am. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about Chainlink and Solana on this show today. Hey, what's up, 29LH06? You just missed my little rant. That's okay. Oh, I forgot about Litecoin up here, 130.71. Polygon, $1.14, 6.93 for Theta Network. Okay, yesterday I took some Ethereum that I have, and I'm like, okay, Ethereum's pretty low. So I put some in Aave, and I borrowed some DAI against my Ethereum. And I took that DAI, and I have done several things with it. I have taken some over to Bancor Network and swapped some of that DAI over for the BNT token. So I have 3 different vaults on the Bancor, or 3 different contribution to 3 different pools on the Bankit network, on the Bancor network. And so that is doing very well, actually. Bancor network, man, it is a really good time to be over there and to earn all the extra APY that they're throwing at you. So I have a USDC pool, USDC BNT pool, a DAI BNT pool, and a Maker BNT pool over there. And all 3 of those pools are doing great and earning great APY. And then I also took some of that Ethereum and the DAI that I got from locking up my Ethereum on Aave, and I went and I bought some Alchemix, and Alchemix is pretty low right now, and I've been farming that as well in their Alchemix farm, and that has I believe about a little over 100% APY right now, and I feel pretty secure with Alchemix as well. It's solid, so I'm not going to wait for that to load. And then I took some of that as well, and I bought some T-Fuel and some Theta, because Theta 3.0 is getting ready to roll out, and it is such a rock bottom price. You know, I normally would not leverage, but this is just one level of leverage, and it's through Aave, and Ethereum is so far down right now. I'm just like, you know what, dude, with everything at this low right now, this is an opportunity, so I am going to do this, and we'll see how it works out. It may or may not have been good judgment on my part, but I'll see, man. You know, live and learn, crash and burn, right? FOMO, ape-in, I'm a Chad, you know, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we'll see how it works out, man. So I'll keep you updated on that. But so far, the Bancor network, the liquidity pools are doing very well, and same thing with the Alchemix farming vault as well. So yeah, and then the Theta network, I've gotten it at such a cheap price here. We'll see where that goes, the Theta and T-Fuel. And I have my T-Fuel staked up on my Edge node, and come June 30th, the APY for that Edge node is going to go very high as well. So those are 3 strategies that I have worked out for the moment, and we'll see how those strategies work, shall we? So if I completely get wrecked, then you know what not to do. And none of this is going to completely break my bank either. So don't think that, don't invest what you can't stand to lose. So yeah, I do have other stuff. You know I talk about living paycheck to paycheck, and I kind of do, but all my bills are taken care of. Everything I need taken care of is taken care of, and I do have some other savings and stuff. So yeah, if this is like if this is like your last stand, don't do stuff like this. All right. Anyway, so let's go over here to some news. Tesla, Facebook, Google stocks launch on the Solana blockchain. Over 50 tokenized stocks can now be traded across platforms built on Solana. which is interesting. So how do you say it? Do you say it like West Coast, Solana? And I think it is a California blockchain. Or do you say it like Jersey, Solana? Hey, I get some of that Solana. All right. Anyway, so in brief, tokenized stocks represent the underlying traditional financial assets, such as Apple stocks. So stocks are now going to be tokenized. That's insane to me. I've been telling you guys, tokenization. You'll be stakeholders, not shareholders. And tokenized stocks will kind of, in a way, be stakeholding. But what you can do with these tokenized stocks is more than just holding stocks, and it's more than options and puts and calls and stuff like that. It is being able to take these tokenized stocks and bring them over to DeFi and do stuff like I've been doing with Aave here that I've just been describing. Digital Asset AG has launched free-floating tokenized stocks for trading on Solana, a blockchain supported by cryptocurrency exchange FTX, where it's available for buying. So FTX exchange is the only place where this is available right now. I don't have any Solana. I want to get some Solana. Swiss-based company Digital Assets AG has launched tokenized stocks that can be transferred to any entity on the Solana blockchain. Popular stocks that will be immediately available for trading include Facebook, Google, Netflix, Nvidia, PayPal, Square, and Tesla. So basically the FANG stocks plus a couple others. And FANG being Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. So I didn't see Amazon on here, but and this probably is on there. I don't know. Stock tokenization lets you buy company shares as crypto tokens, which represent the value of the underlying asset, be it Apple, MicroStrategy, or Coinbase shares. Brandon Williams, corporate development lead at Digital Assets AG, told Decrypt that these transferable stock tokens will bridge the traditional finance and decentralized finance worlds. That's because up until now, tokenized stocks could only be traded on a singular entity like a cryptocurrency exchange such as Binance or Bittrex or a private blockchain. Users could open or close positions, but they wouldn't be able to withdraw tokenized stocks and send them to an external party or transfer across chains. But the transferable tokenized stocks launched on Solana will allow centralized and decentralized exchanges built on that public blockchain to add tokenized stock trading to their platforms. Hong Kong listed cryptocurrency exchange FTX is the only exchange where customers can buy these transferable tokenized stocks, at least for now. FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried is also the main backer of Solana. Sam Bankman-Fried's kind of a genius. I've just heard him speak a couple times, and I can tell that the dude ain't somebody to be trifled with. Yeah. The guy's smart. Why buy free-floating tokenized stocks on FTX, a cryptocurrency exchange, when you can buy stocks on trading apps like Robinhood? Good question. Williams explained that tokenized stocks have a few advantages over traditional alternatives. FTX traders will be able to withdraw and subsequently would deposit their stock tokens to their own crypto wallets, software programs that help store. Okay, they had to define what a wallet was. From there, they can move stock tokens to DeFi and trade them 24/7 on Solana-built decentralized exchanges like Serum. So Solana does have its own DEX, and traders can also use those tokens to create their own fund-like smart contracts on DeFi that reallocate the positions automatically. That's useful for decentralized autonomous organizations, the DAOs, which are collectives on DeFi with a shared investment portfolio. Williams said that the company has attained the necessary green light from financial authorities to launch in Switzerland and the European Economic Area countries, plus Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and Croatia. But customers in other countries, such as the United States, will have to wait until regulatory complexity is tackled. I'm telling you, man, the United States is going to fall so far behind everywhere else, and especially behind a lot of these quote-unquote third world countries who are already trading back and forth peer-to-peer through their phones, cryptocurrency for payments through their little cell phones in their mud huts. They're going to end up surpassing the United States in the learning curve and the knowledge on how to use all this stuff effectively, and we're just going to be stuck here being like, we ain't got to use the dollar, you know? Oh, man. What's going on with us? Hey, 61, how you doing? Good to see you on here. So, yes, Solana is doing tokenized stocks. Now, Solana, people, this whole idea of Ethereum killer, you just need to stop that. there's no such thing as an Ethereum killer right now. Everything is going to go into its own niche, and I think Ethereum is going to evolve more into institutional stuff, and then Solana will kind of slip into where Ethereum currently is, and everybody's going to have their own niche. Solana says, but there's no real I think there's a typo, but there's no real sue of this crypto than trading it only and speculating. Oh, use. There's no real use of this crypto than trading it and only speculating with it. Well, I don't know what of this crypto. Are you talking about Solana specifically, or Ethereum, or just crypto in general? Because what Ethereum has done, it's opened up the DeFi world and financial tools to people like me who would never, well, I won't say never, but are not accredited investors. And I've been able to make money in ways that I've never previously been able to make money, and had access to financial tools that I would never have been able to have access to. So I've made some decent money this year by crypto and by strategizing and using these financial tools that would normally have been only available to those accredited investors. So yes, that is a use case right there. And to me, that's an amazing and liberating use case. And I'm so thankful that I'm spending some time just learning these levers and pulleys of this stuff. And if anybody applies themselves and learns these levers and pulleys, they can also take a little bit of money, and turn it into a lot, and through these financial tools. And like I said, only accredited investors have been allowed to have access to these financial tools. So yeah, I guess some people could make money and all is nice, but overall damage caused by this is pretty overwhelming. Okay, it is unregulated right now, and it is the Wild West, and there is a learning curve, and I absolutely understand and respect what you're saying. Yes, there can be some financial damage caused by this, and I would never encourage anybody to go leverage, to just jump all in, get scammed. I've been scammed, and I've lost the keys to a wallet. There's definitely has to be some honing in of this process, but crypto is here to stay. Smart contracts are here to stay. Automation, banking industry so far is the last industry to move into this digital and technological world. It's still stuck with banking systems and COBOL and Fortran coded transaction and remittance platforms from the 70s. Something's got to give. So that's all this DeFi is moving the finance industry away from COBOL and Fortran and into Solidity and C++. So and it is a transition process. And then is this going to be completely centralized? Will it be on a CBDC in which it's a digital dollar and the government can see everything you spend, control everything you spend, when, who, how, where, and why you spend your money, and how fast you need to spend your money? That is being done through CBDCs that they're trying to implement. They say, oh, Israel's going to be using Ethereum-like technology. People misconstrue that and say, oh, well, Israel's going to be using Ethereum. No, they're using the Ethereum-like technology. So that means they're basically going to create their own CBDC with Ethereum type technology. There are a lot of stable coins built, with ERC20 type of technology. So don't misinterpret that argument to mean that's bullish for Ethereum. I don't know, but what is revolutionary is Bitcoin, and I believe some of these other blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies as well, that it allows peer-to-peer transactions, and some of these are very private and untraceable at this moment. And I know nothing is as untraceable as cash, but that's why they're trying to eliminate cash. Cash is dangerous. Cash is a threat. Cash is, they say cash is trash, but there's nothing like being able to just freely give a $20 bill to your lawn guy, So, as we move into this digital world, there has to be a digital equivalent of it. It hates the fact that people may be able to transact peer-to-peer without them knowing what's going on. And so that is what is revolutionary about all this. And 61 makes great points. It is dangerous right now, and the damage can be pretty overwhelming. And yeah, it's I totally understand your points, and it is the Wild West, and eventually regulations will settle in, and that's what these people do. The deep state does, SEC does. There's politicians, and they create laws. And laws, have to be voted in, and politicians are voted in by the public and everything like that. But then there's the career people that are in there, and those are the regulators. And regulations are just as effective as laws, but they can't be voted. I don't know. I'm not real versed on this, but regulations are a little more concrete in a way, and they can just kind of be put in there without being voted in there. And there's a lot more of them. I think there's like 700,000 regulations right now between a lot of the regulatory government agencies right now. It's insane. So let's see here. Like in the end, it just 61 says it just burns resources. GPUs are mining only to sustain this given network and trades within it, and rest is just speculating bubble. Okay, like it has zero real purpose worth behind it. The stocks are backed up by companies that produce some goods, right? Unless it will start to be sufficient enough in maintenance and provide real benefits by using it and so on. Yeah, and imagine when crypto has less value and shady people put their resources in it because it was relatively cheap and they had no real choice to put their dirty in. Now they are filthy rich. Okay, you make some good points. However, the energy use thing has kind of been debunked, and a lot of that is just FUD. 76% of Bitcoin mining is done through renewable resources right now. And and when you compare that to military industrial complex and our current banking and credit system, I mean, the amount of energy use that those sectors uses is just insane. So, points well taken. And this is why I do this show, to study this every single day, and to learn. Should I be in this? And I've learned so much about economics and philosophy and game theory and math and poli-sci and finance, and it's insane. I'm getting a crash course through all this stuff, and there's just so much to learn. Anyway, so tokenized, yes, there's no real backing. What it is, it's staking the network and creating network security. So we will be stakeholders and not shareholders in the future. If the World Economic Forum gets their way, we will own nothing and we will be happy. Before they realized that created a public relations nightmare, they had that up on their website. So by 2030, we will own nothing and we will be happy. Because what they kind of mean, and this is what I think they mean, is we will have, the well-off, the average person will have UBI, Universal Basic Income, which will be given through the CBDCs. It'll be monitored. It'll have a time cap on it of how fast you have to spend it in order to keep the economy going, et cetera, et cetera. If you're on probation, you'll only be able to spend your airdropped UBI on specific things, and stuff like that. Or say, for instance, you have high cholesterol and high blood pressure, and your smartphone that you're mandated to wear tells the system that you have that, so you can't order that double pepperoni pizza. That's the problem, and this is what the things that decentralized cryptocurrencies can help free from. Now, it's not perfect right now. So anyway, the more well-off will have tokenized stocks. They will have tokenized. So think about this: TCP/IP, the internet protocol that allows internet traffic to happen. Imagine if that were tokenized in the beginning, in order to secure that TCP/IP network. Well, this is what a lot of these tokens are doing. They're helping to secure networks through proof of stake and proof of work, and the holders of that can stake those into the networks and earn interest on that via transaction fees and helping to secure the network. And so that can be a passive income, and that's a way of being a stakeholder rather than a shareholder in something, because obviously we're going to own nothing. So I don't know, man. It's just, I don't have any answers to all this. So these questions that you're asking are great questions, and I appreciate it. I just don't really, I'm not a professional in this stuff. So I'm a guy getting up here on a mic trying to learn this stuff every single day. And this is, the answers I have so far. I would love to be able to get some of these crypto pros on here. I don't think anybody right now at this point would give me the time of day, but maybe someday. Working at. I'll keep on doing this deal and keep on working at what I'm working at. So let's go over here to this other. Let's take a quick look. Oh yes, another thing is Chainlink, the oracle that brings real-world data to the blockchain, such as price feeds, which would include stocks. So it would keep constant track of all the price feeds going on right now in the stock world, and it would help bring it over to the blockchain. And that would include stocks such as Tesla, Facebook, and Google stocks, and Chainlink would be the oracle to do that. Well, Chainlink and Solana have partnered up as of last March 2020. And so all this stuff you see going on with the tokenized stocks, Chainlink is partnered with a Solana to bring about that possibility. So, another bullish case for Chainlink right now, if that's what you like. And then over here, just kind of a little synopsis of what is Solana, how is it different. It's a blockchain that supports massively scaling decentralized application, dApps. It claims a maximum throughput of more than 50,000 transactions per second and block times as low as 400 milliseconds. Decentralized applications, or dApps, are widely regarded as one of the use cases for blockchain technology. So Web 3.0 is another use case for blockchain technology right now, where you can connect with your browser wallet and you have your money connected right there at the web interface. And it's a decentralized way of doing it, so you don't have to do it through your credit card or anything like that. And all Web 3.0 technology implements this. And so right now, if you are a web developer, it would be an amazing time to kind of hang up and pause on some of this other technology learning and learn some Solidity, learn Web 3.0, learn how to plug a wallet and use the blockchain as the back end of your website instead of some database that's centralized. Because those skills right now, I know as of a couple years ago, there were only 18 million blockchain programmers and or Web 3.0 programmers, and then I'm sure there's a lot more now. But when you think about all the programmers in the world, how many of those know how to use blockchain? And that's not a lot. So now's a really good time to jump in and learn stuff. And like I said at the very beginning of the video, me being involved in these DAOs, and I'm kind of a semi-pro at everything. I'm an amateur at everything. I'm a jackass of all trades, master of none. But it's a really good time for me to get in there and plug in my skills, my fledgling skills on a lot of this stuff, to be able to hone in and practice with a purpose, and to figure out what I'm good at, how I can contribute and help. It is a ripe time. And so yes, blockchain technology is nascent. There's a lot of danger and there's a lot of opportunity. So with danger comes opportunity, and vice versa. So yes, if you have some basic skills in something and basic interests in something, say there's a video editing platform that you've always wanted to learn. Well, now's your opportunity to learn it, to jump into a DeFi program or to a DAO, and to be able to apply that and get into a space where everybody else is learning too, and say, here's a little video I made. What do you guys think? Throw the imposter syndrome out the window, that you're not good enough, because you are good enough. And then you'll find that everybody in there is like, oh, cool, awesome, man. Can I use part of this? And then they might build on something that you've put out there, and everybody can share content together. So that's what been my experience so far. So in the last few days, dApps have come on in leaps and bounds, with dApp developers launching everything from games to decentralized finance platforms on blockchain, in a concomitant explosion in user interest. But there's a problem. The vast majority of these dApps run on Ethereum, which has struggled to keep up with rampant demand, leading to congestion on the network and soaring transaction fees. Now Solana, a blockchain platform that had its beginnings in 2017, so it's pretty young, is aiming to step into the breach and succeed where Ethereum is currently struggling. But with Ethereum 2.0 in transition, we'll see how this all pans out. Solana is an advanced open source blockchain project that looks to leverage several breakthrough technologies to power the next generation of dApps. The project is focusing on providing highly scalable, secure, and maximally decentralized platform that can support potentially thousands of nodes without sacrificing throughput, helping to avoid some of the challenges faced by competing systems. Okay, so it did raise some money during the ICO boom. One of Solana's key distinguishing features is its proof-of-stake consensus system. So it's not proof of work, which is reinforced by something known as tower consensus. It's a variant of a system that enables distributed networks to reach consensus despite attacks from malicious nodes known as practical Byzantine fault tolerance, PBFT. Solana's implementation of PBFT enforces a global source of time across blockchain through a second novel protocol known as proof of history, which essentially provides a chronicle of previous events on the blockchain, kind of a notarization, I guess, ensuring that a common record of what happened and when for permanent reference. Tower consensus leverages a synchronized clock to reduce the processing power needed to verify transactions. Since the timestamps of previous transactions need no longer to be computed, this helps Solana achieve throughput that dwarfs more competitors. So yeah, beyond this, Solana includes a number of other innovations that helps it stand out from the competition. It's a transaction parallelizing technology known as C-level, and it allows for parallel smart contracts runtime that optimize resources and ensures that Solana can scale horizontally across GPUs and SSDs, which should help the platform scale to meet demand. So anyway, I could go on here and with some of the more technical stuff. It's a good article. I love Decrypt, man. Decrypt has, they explain things very well and break things down to the basics. And there's all these links in here if you want to learn more about the jargon that they do throw out there. So yeah, I've been definitely down with Decrypt for a while. When it comes to decentralized applications, speed matters, as is evidenced by the bottlenecks faced by the Ethereum network. Solana, however, doesn't currently suffer from these issues due to its high throughput architecture. It claims that its blockchain is capable of sustaining more than 50,000 transactions per second at peak load. I wonder if they're entering in their TPS reports, which would make it arguably the fastest blockchain currently operating. Okay, we'll see. I know a lot of these people are claiming they're the fastest, so yeah, I don't know, So, like I said, I'm listening with a skeptical ear and just kind of gonna do a little more research into Solana. However, their marketing is pretty good. They have great colors, great graphics, great videos. I'm not gonna watch this whole video or anything, but just kind of give you an idea. Anyway, so yes, let's see here. Let me go. I gotta head on out to work. Time to get up, go clock in, get to work. All right. So, oh wow, there's been some chat on here. Okay. Yeah. Man, 61. It would be cool if you could DM me on Twitter or something, some of these questions that you have, so I can go through and dig it through and create some responses, so I'm not doing it on the fly. That would be a really rad. And I'm always down to have maybe somebody on the show. I mean, I have had somebody on the show as well, and I want to create more content and bring out these questions like this. This is important for people to be able to dig through it. And Randy says, "Hey John, stay with what you have planned for your videos. Your video blog has been very informative." Thanks, man. That's what I'm trying to do. And hopefully, as I'm going along and learning this stuff, maybe you can too. And yes, it's a service to the community, but it's also a service for myself. So this is all pretty selfish as well. So. All right, and maybe it's just ego driven. I just like to hear myself talk. That's what my wife says. Oh man, I could talk to a wall. Seriously, I have no inner voice. This is how I do things. So yeah, it drives some people crazy, and my wife is an introvert, and I am not. So all right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow for episode 186. And all right, I'll be up at the butt crack of dawn. I have a meeting with some of the Bankless DAO people, and we're gonna try to ramp up their audio visual stuff. And so again, something I don't really know much about, but somehow I'm now a contributor and stuff like that. So like I said, jump in a DAO, get involved. If it's something you've always wanted to learn, now's the time. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.